Alright guys, today we are trying to attempt to make a basket because it is needed. So we're at the river bend. This is a nice tree, but it's starting to rot, so not on it anymore. Don't want to fall in. There's logs. Probably cut your foot open, but yeah, who knows. But we have some river willow. There's a little snake right there. And I'm gonna harvest some. My dad made a nice little pathway down here, and it goes all around. There's not really anything over here. I'm just gonna get a little sprint. I should have hyper smooth on, so it shouldn't be too bouncy. Okay, I found some river willow. Whew. There's a grouse down there. It gave me a jump scare. Alright guys, we made it to the river willow. I honestly can't remember if I made a video about this, but this is a knife I blacksmithed. Little harvesting knife. An old buck knife case I found. So you're gonna want the willow to be about a pencil's end thick at the back of it and about 2 feet long. So you can kind of just harvest this by pushing down and like making slivers into it. It's about the thickest you want to go, a pencil's width, and then sew out. So what I'm doing here is just try and get the pieces that are a pencil's widths and stuff, and just ignore the camera angle right here. Anyway, I'm just getting the pieces all cut up about 2 feet long, and make sure that the greens on top are still able to be planted back in the ground afterwards, because they will regrow. Alright, I got all the stuff that I should need to build at least the start of a basket. So we got a nice little bundle of river willow, so I should at least be able to make the bottom frame. So that should be a good enough start to get it going. So I am heading her back, going to the cabin, which I'm going to be filming the rest of me building it. I've gotten about the walls almost patched in, and the ceiling rafters are starting to get put up. So I will keep you updated on the progress on the cabin. So just made it back to the cabin. Seen 2 coyotes. It's fun. So haven't been doing too much over here lately, but it's getting there. All the willow. I'm gonna need to skin all the leaves off of it. So now that I have all the willow back in my cabin, you're gonna need to get the veins of it and just get the tips even on it of the wood. You gotta pull it up to about here check to where your nubs are. If you're on a scarce supply of it, then peel off all the leaves off of here and do that. But I'm just gonna chop mine off right at the stems of it. But do whatever is yours. If you're making one, anything will really work. So I'm gonna get into braiding it. So for this process, you're gonna want the smallest pocket knife you have, or toenail clippers. So you're gonna want to cut off this. Right on my hard floor because it's a cabin. It's not gonna harm it. And I'm gonna continue the process. Alright guys, I got all of the willow, all the ends cut off of it. You got a solid little bunch. So I'm gonna get to work with splicing the middle and threading through. So for this process, you're gonna want an old pallet if you have one. Oops, camera fell. Hopefully that's a good angle, not too good as those. And you're gonna want to find one of your wider pieces in the pile, some stubby ones. And I would say take about 3 of them, and you just want to cut along the middle like this. You just kind of press right through. Maybe give it a tap like, and then you want to slowly just slide down that cut, and do that to all 3 of them. Alright, got all 3 cut, they're all notched up. And then you're going to want to take 3 more of those and thread them straight through the notches. Just like straight through, and once you do that, we'll start the bike spoke process. And I learned this from one of my favorite YouTubers, Sage Smoke Survival. He is very good at what he does. Make sure you don't use your cut one on accident. So you want to click that, get it started, and then slide it straight through until it makes kind of a cross. So you're just gonna continue that. So now that we got the cross all weaved, 3 in each side and 3 going inwards into the notch. Now we're gonna find some smaller strands. You can even splice in between it, and we're gonna wanna wrap it around here so the notches stay tight. So I'm gonna get into that. I'm actually gonna take a break on this project until I get some thinner willow cane, because these pieces are just a little too big. But I'm still gonna try using the leaf end pieces because it might work, so I'm gonna give that a try. Well, it's a pretty pathetic weave, but I'm gonna hold it on until I get some smaller pieces. But until then, I'll keep you updated on the cabin process, and